Welcome back. We are in the Orion's Belt bar. Looks like a pretty hip place. One of the better bars we've been in the Space Ghost games, by the looks of it. Too bad it's on such a dump heap of a planet.
The floor has the universal tacky spilled drink and stomach contents feel to it. No sense in looking. In fact, it would be in your best interests not to.
And I want to taste and lick it.
You start to say something, and then you remember that you're supposed to be a man of action, not words. Or is that the other way around?
You can't taste and lick stuff in this game, unfortunately.
This is the main floor of the Swank Lounge, Orion's Belt. This seems to be where things are happening for the slightly seedier beings of the city. As you can see, there's a pretty good cross-section of the regional population represented here.
I've got a drink here called Eczema. Not an appealing name.
This is the main...
What kind of drinks does he have?
A wide variety of concoctions fills the shelves behind the bar. There's probably something there to provide a buzz for just about any organic system. Some of your personal favorites: Babylon 45, Watney's Red Planet, and Starbeck. Starbeck, it makes you go where no man has gone before.
That's sort of like the Red Bull gives you wings, in terms of the slogan. They've got Heinleineken. That sounds familiar.
This is the main...
None of these logos have any...
An interesting arrangement of conduits creates an almost artistic pattern to the back bar area. It's hard to tell what is merely decorative and what is functional.
Oh yeah, it looks like there's some pipes here with some valves behind the bar.
So this is where Sinead O'Connor's been hanging out.
Sure.
Looks like this big furry dude is laying out his best Orlanian pickup lines for the Ice Queen. It appears she's not fielding any of them.
I don't think you can talk to any of the patrons.
Their conversation continues uninterrupted by you.
See? There's some holes in the wall here. Hard to spot, but they are there.
An interesting arrangement of conduits creates an almost...
It gives you the same message as the conduits, apparently.
You look at it, but nothing strikes your fancy.
This is a weird being.
Yikes! I'll bet even old Fester Blatz hasn't seen one of these.
The bartender.
A quick look indicates that the bartender is physically well-balanced and adroit. A good combination for this profession. The shirt would further indicate that he has the mentality for it.
Yes, something Neelix-like about him. Especially the shirt, I guess.
You recognize the uniform of the Fistal Hemisphere Alliance. This guy has an interesting cranial configuration.
Indeed he does.
Unlike that popular trunk-bearing pachyderm on that planet Earth, this guy seems to actually be drinking through his trunk. That means he's drinking through his nose. Yuck.
Well, still less weird than how Drool drunk. He drunk by putting glasses on top of his head.
This rather large individual with the headphones seems to have tuned this place out.
And wouldn't you, if you had the chance? I would. Can we get a drink?
What can I do for you there, fella?
I don't have any money, though.
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff which is glaring in your face from the back wall here, I do make some mixed drinks. I mean, if I do say so myself, I make a pretty mean William Gibson and a pretty good ass-em-off cocktail, you know what I mean, huh? Hey, I got you. Try a fuzzy toe jam. They seem to be pretty popular with your particular species here.
Yay for sci-fi references. I'm gonna try the fuzzy toe jam.
Okay, you got it, pal.
But he does not actually give it to us. Or nothing appeared to have happened anyway. Good thing too, because we don't have any money. One thing you can do here actually is you can walk further to the right, which can really throw you off if you don't know it. What the hell is that thing?
Now there's an interesting look. What can be said that isn't painfully obvious?
Not much.
That you'll look better come closing time.
No way, I'm never gonna get that drunk.
What can be said that isn't painfully obvious?
What's a restroom?
This guy's the next in line for the restroom. He looks a little anxious. It's one of several people dying to get into the restroom. This guy wishes he had a clothespin right about now. Yep, it's the fourth guy in line for the restroom. Definitely standing room only.
They're all waiting for the restroom. Fortunately, we don't have to go. Let's see if we can pick up any trace of that endodroid using our trusty data recorder. I say trusty, but we only just got it, so whatever. Seems to be nearby. But
You missed!
I didn't miss. I just tried to leave the screen in the wrong way. Well, he's obviously not here. Or maybe he's upstairs. Not by the looks of it. Still, let's look around.
These guys are a nicely matched set. They seem to be amusing each other to a very high degree. How trendy. Cargo ship grating seems to have been used in an artsy fashion to create flooring for the loft area. It must be pretty interesting below when someone up here rejects whatever substances they may have consumed over the previous couple of hours.
Yeah. Better carry an umbrella with you if you're ever going to this bar.
The walls up here maintain the same conduit theme as below.
I'm sure that will be completely irrelevant.
The booths contain some of the more low-key patrons. He looks lonely, but not enough for your company.
Oh, yes?
This guy looks like he just got back from Cybernam.
You gotta be there. You gotta have been there or something. I don't know. I guess a waitress?
A matron hovers about, tray in claw, tending to the upstairs clientele. It makes decent tips, especially for a synthetic being.
Why would you tip a robot?
Wow, this sucker makes even you look like GQ material. These nitro suckers come in all types. They're all drawing on the hoses. Amazingly, they don't freeze. They just glaze over for a few moments while the others laugh. This one has a tattoo which says, "I love Lula."
Good to know.
These nitro suckers. This one has a tattoo.
No.
These nitro suckers. This one has.
It looks like they're sucking something sort of like a hookah pipe. It's attached to a tank underground here.
As with some other tables, a large tank marked liquid nitrogen sits beneath the center. It feeds the hookah manifold above. A set of hoses are within reach for each being which might be perched there.
They're smoking liquid nitrogen. That sounds dangerous to your health. One thing you can actually do is steal from the...
You snag a buckazoid off the Waitron. How cool you are.
You can steal buckazoids. Not always, though. Depends on where she is.
You snag a buckazoid off the Waitron. How cool you are.
No, I got 2 buckazoids. I think you can get up to 19. And I'm not gonna do that. Shut up, you two. Well, no trace of the droid up here. So let's head down. There's a door here. Maybe that is where our droid is hanging out.
You probably wonder where that goes.
Indeed I do. Does the data recorder give another reading here? No, it's the same. Let's see if we can open that door.
It wouldn't be prudent to do that at this juncture.
I guess the hand icon is not the right icon to do that. Let's use just the feet icon.
Well, that wasn't too bad for a borderline physical specimen like you. It didn't quite get the job done, though.
Let's try that again.
Nah, you still haven't convinced the door to yield to your obviously superior physical presence.
I have to say it is a mighty wimpy kick.
Wow, you really did it! Not exactly the subtlest of entry techniques, but effective. That's pretty macho for the likes of you. Who would have guessed you'd have the makings of a Starsky or a Hutch, or a Tango or a Cash?
Who knew, indeed? Well, we'll see what's down there in the next video.